It's not always clear what's happening down there. But now Scott Goyette looking for Tandon Dorji. Zeb Carlson at the post waiting for the pass to come across. Goyette, Dorji. Dorji shoots. Dorji scores! Vermont Chargers on the board first. Scott Goyette to Tandon Dorji. It's 1-0 Vermont. There was a great goal. You see it right there. Tandon Dorji, Kevin Mulholland came out of the area and left that space behind him that allowed Dorji to score. It's very difficult when you're playing in the goal area to maintain your nerves, and sometimes you get a little jumpy down there, and unfortunately for Tidewater, Vermont was able to take advantage. So it's now 1-0. Scott Goyette looking to kick in again. Zip Carlson at the top of the area. Dorji right next to Goyette. And that ball right into Dwyer. Dorji going to take on Dwyer. Dwyer sends it out of play. Goyette going to take another kick from a couple feet behind where he was a moment ago. Vermont Chargers looking to extend their lead. 8 minutes left here in the first half. It's a hot and steamy day outside here in Westfield, Indiana. I'll have to say thank goodness for air conditioning and roofing. Nicky Dwyer now keen to Goyette's ideas. Let's see what Goyette does here. Goyette winding up. Goyette going all the way across. Oh, and Dwyer's right there. Well done. Schmoll coming out. Zach Schmoll just clearing the area. Good, attentive goalkeeping by Zach Schmoll. Mulholland, Schmoll. That ball goes in favor of Schmoll, but Mulholland cuts him off. Also cuts off Carlson. Mulholland now taking the ball around, looking to come back down the floor, looking to drive on Schmoll, who strips the ball away. It's going to go out of play in favor of Tidewater. We're going to get a substitution, and it looks like Devin Johnson for the Piranhas getting ready to come back in. So on the floor for the Tidewater Piranhas, Nicky Dwyer, Kevin Mulholland, Devin Johnson, and P.J. Shaw. And now Dorji making a run down the floor. Oh, and there's a collision between the Tidewater defenders and Nicky Dwyer pushing. Tandon Dorji's got a break. Tandon Dorji, can he get behind Dwyer? Yes, he does. He almost got stopped, but Tandon Dorji drives right through. It's now 2-0 Vermont Chargers over the Tidewater Piranhas. And it looks like Mulholland and Dwyer got caught up together. Their guards getting locked up. And that allowed Dorji to go around Dwyer and get another goal. It's now 2-0 Vermont Chargers. And Kevin Mulholland got knocked around again. This is the second time in this match that this has happened. And so let's see how he's able to reposition himself. And he looks like he's going to have to come out for a few minutes. Sammy Sawyer going to come on in his place. So now Dwyer over to Sawyer. Oh, and Sawyer off the front of his guard. Oh, my goodness. An unfortunate event. An own goal by Sammy Sawyer. It is now 3-0 Vermont Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand corrected. The other goal was waved off. Caught up in the moment, I incorrectly assumed that the goal was counted, so it was indeed not counted. So it is 2-0. That is the correct score. 2-0 Vermont Chargers. An own goal by Sammy Sawyer. increases the Charger lead. So now tactical change for the Piranhas. Sammy Sawyer now playing in the middle. Dwyer playing on the wing. And Sawyer now looking to bring the ball down the floor. Shaw looking to kick it back out. Dorji just sends it out of the area. Nice clearance by Dorji, getting it all the way back to the center line. So now Sammy Sawyer once again for the Tidewater Piranhas looking to take a kick. Sawyer into Schmoll. Schmoll bounces it down the floor. Johnson's there. Johnson sends it out of play. Nicole Brown is there threatening, but Johnson gets it out just in front of her. The Vermont Chargers now setting up once again. Goyette sees a huge space between Dwyer and Johnson. Is he going to go there, or is he going to go all the way across to Tandon Dorji? Let's see what happens here. Goyette setting up. Goyette. Oh, and right into Brown goes the ball. Goyette trying to get around Dwyer. Dwyer doing very well to clear the area, but Goyette clears. Goyette now driving in. Johnson. Brown also in the area. That's close to a 2-on-1 violation. The referee is going to call it. So now the Tidewater Piranhas looking to clear their area and get the ball back down the floor. Possession's been fairly even overall in this match. Dwyer off of Sawyer. That is a Vermont kick-in. Looked like Dwyer was trying to split them, but she couldn't quite find the right angle on the kick. So Goyette for the Vermont Chargers once again. Going to set up Nicole Brown at the far post. Tandon Dorji anchoring the center here. Goyette all the way across. It gets past Dwyer. Brown, oh, it goes off the side of her chair, and another 2-on-1 on the Vermont Chargers. Good pace on that kick by Scott Goyette. But Brown started up a little too soon. That ball bouncing off the side of her chair. Sawyer to Dwyer. Dwyer trying to get it through the Vermont defense, and she does. Last touched by Vermont, so Tidewater setting up again. We're in added time here in the first half. It's 2-0, Vermont Chargers leading. Sawyer all the way across, and P.J. Shaw wasn't in the right place. That ball went behind him. Good pace on that one by Sawyer. Schmoll, Sawyer. Big swing by Sawyer is going to go out for another Vermont kick-in. And the referee has blown the halftime whistle. And at the half, the Tidewater Piranhas trailing the Vermont Chargers 2-0. They're going to huddle up and try to figure out a strategy that's going to crack that Vermont defense. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll see what they come up with. You're watching the 2017 MK Battery Conference Cup Championship Series. We'll be back in just a few minutes. So now your lineups for the Vermont Chargers in goal. Number 10, Scott Goyette, actually going to be coming out now to take the kick at center. Scott Goyette trying to go on goal, but it goes off of Sawyer and out of play. Also in for the Chargers, number 16, Zeb Carlson, and number 65, Tandon Dorji. For the Tidewater Piranhas in goal, number 7, P.J. Shaw at the far side. Number 45, Sammy Sawyer. In the middle, number 5, Kevin Mulholland. And here at the near side, number 98, Nikki Dwyer. That was very close to a 3-in-the-box violation, but it's going to go out for another Vermont kick-in. Vermont trying to increase their lead here. They already have 2. Goyette right into Sawyer. Carlson keeps it in play, however. Scott Goyette thought about a 180 spin kick, but he just hesitated long enough for the ball to roll off his chair. Sawyer right into Schmoll, off of Mulholland and off of Schmoll. And so the assistant referee was speaking with somebody over here. Quite frankly, he really should be concentrating on the match. That's why we had the stoppage in play, but now we are resuming. Kevin Mulholland going to take the kick. Schmoll, nicely done there, Zach Schmoll. Shaw coming out, Zeb Carlson. Oh, and almost an own goal by Kevin Mulholland. Very dangerous. Zeb Carlson starting that up for the Chargers. And it's going to be a corner kick for Vermont. Very dangerous moment there. Now, Scott Goyette looking for Tandon Dorji. Zeb Carlson's being screened out by Sammy Sawyer there, so Goyette really only has one option. Oh, and there was a foul on Dorji. That play was doomed from the start, ladies and gentlemen. Tidewater Piranhas defending Vermont and forcing them into positions that just completely killed their attack. So now Mulholland for the Piranhas. Sawyer, Mulholland close to a 2-on-1 violation. Mulholland trying to get around Carlson, and he does. Now Kevin Mulholland backing Scott Goyette down into the goal area. Dorji splits him. Oh, and Sawyer with a 180 spin kick that goes out of play. So now the Vermont Chargers getting pushed back. Dorji, that ball a little bit too far ahead of him. Dorji comes in to help out Goyette. Mulholland looking to pass, he does. Dorji clears. Mulholland, Schmoll, both going for the ball. Mulholland wins. Mulholland tries to take a shot on goal. Goyette clears. Oh, and Dorji slams into Nicky Dwyer again. And referee Jonathan Newman, I think, giving Dorji one final warning. If that happens again, we'll probably see the caution card come out. So now Mulholland, Sawyer talking strategy here. Dwyer at one post, Mulholland at the other. Can Tidewater score again? And that was touched by Sawyer. Dwyer now almost got past Goyette, but Goyette just sends it out. Dwyer sends it out. So now Vermont going to take another kick. Dorji now trying to get past the the Tidewater defense, but that is a 2-on-1 violation. Dwyer and Mulholland. Goyette sending the ball into Dorji. Dorji hits Mulholland, but play continues. Dorji, Goyette close to a 2-on-1. Goyette trying to lock horns with Nicky Dwyer. Nice little battle going on here between these two. Goyette trying to back down Dwyer. Dwyer almost winning this battle, and there she goes. But Goyette recovers nicely, strips the ball away. And now Scott Goyette getting turned around by Dwyer. Nice strong move by Nicky Dwyer. Dwyer taking on Dorji now. That's a 2-on-1 violation on the Chargers. Now the Piranhas looking to get their first goal of the match. They trail by 2. Mulholland. Dorji and Goyette defend. Sawyer looking to take a shot, but he has nowhere to go with it. Dwyer now. Oh, the cross cut off by Goyette. Goyette, and that one looks like it was off of Sawyer, and it was. Schmoll, Sawyer. Stopped by Dorji. Sawyer getting past Dorji. Nicely done, Sammy Sawyer. Zach Schmoll, Scott Goyette in the goal area. Sawyer winning a corner kick for his side. Tidewater Piranhas looking to get a goal here. 8 minutes gone by in the second half. Mulholland cut off by Dorji. Not a lot of pace on that, so Dorji was able to easily defend Sammy Sawyer. Oh, and Dorji kicks it back to Schmoll. Ball bounces around Sawyer now, trying to get around Schmoll. Nicely done. Sawyer looking for a teammate. Sawyer trying to drive through the Vermont defense, and that is a 2-on-1 violation. Scott Goyette, the keeper, outside of the goal area. He is only protected from the 2-on-1 rule if he is inside the goal area. So a good call by the referee, Jonathan Newman. That was the correct call. It's a very dangerous situation for Vermont. Let's see if Tidewater can get on the board. Mulholland seeking out Nicky Dwyer at the far post. Dorji has an opportunity to cut it off. Let's see if he goes for it. He does. Oh, and Nicky Dwyer misses. I think the presence of Dorji threw her timing off. On court 8, Minnesota Shockwave, CNY United. It looks like they are level at 2. Here on court 7, RHI Indy Cruisers leading the Borp Shockers 2-1. That match entering added time. Can the Shockers come back and equalize? We're going to get a substitution for the Tidewater Piranhas. In the place of PJ Shaw, going in goal, number 17, Devin Johnson. Another kick for Tidewater. They're so close to getting a goal, but they just can't manage to sustain their offense and break through the Vermont defense. Sawyer now kicks. Oh, and there's a shot saved by Vermont. That's close to a 2-on-1. Nicky Dwyer shoots and scores. It was very close to a 2-on-1, but play continued. Nicky Dwyer did very well to clean up the loose ball. And now we have a game, ladies and gentlemen. It is 2-1 in favor of Vermont. Still 9.5 minutes for Tidewater to notch another goal and equalize. Let's see what kind of magic they can come up with. So now Zach Schmoll for the Chargers going to take the kick. Nice clearance by Sawyer. Schmoll. That one last touching Sawyer. Kick in for Vermont. Goyette going to Dorji. Mulholland cuts it off. That ball's going to go wide, but Schmoll makes a play on it. He could have easily let that one go out for a goal kick, but instead he gives the Piranhas a scoring opportunity here. Mulholland looking to go to Dwyer. Schmoll looking to cut it off. Mulholland taking a look at the field there. Oh, and he misses the kick. Sawyer now driving into the Vermont defense. Dwyer with a shot saved by Vermont. And that one going off of Dwyer, it looks like. So Vermont is going to get a kick. Dwyer, nice aggressive defense, forcing Vermont into a goal kick. Goyette now trying to get through a very tightly packed Piranhas defense, and that's going to be a 2-on-1 violation on the Piranhas. And that's the danger when you try to pack in the middle like that. teammates have to coordinate and figure out who's going to move out of the way to avoid the 2-on-1 violation. Tidewater wasn't able to do it that time. So now Scott Goyette with another free kick into Dwyer. Goyette with another shot. Dorji now getting around Mulholland, Johnson, and Carlson and Dorji too close together. That is a 2-on-1 violation, ladies and gentlemen. So now Vermont setting up on defense again as the Tidewater Piranhas take the goal kick. Schmoll. Mulholland, last touching off of Dorji. 6 minutes left to go in the match. 2-1 the score in favor of Vermont. Tidewater Piranhas looking to equalize. Schmoll looking to cut this ball off, and he does. Sawyer to Dwyer. That's a 2-on-1 violation, however. Goyette now going to take the kick right into Sawyer, who knocks it out of play. So Vermont now from the other side of the floor going to take another kick in. Schmoll kicking into Dorji. Dwyer misses that. Dorji now driving through Mulholland right there. Zeb Carlson trying to make a play on the ball, but he can't quite catch up to it in time. Five minutes left to go in this match. And Tidewater knocking on the door of the Vermont defense, but not able to get through. And now Goyette with a clearance. Mulholland with a shot saved by Goyette. Very dangerous deflection back up the middle. Very dangerous by Scott Goyette. If Kevin Mulholland were able to get around Goyette, that would have been the equalizer. But Goyette calm and collected down there. Goyette taking on Sawyer. Goyette trying to get around Sawyer. Oh, and that ball's out of play off of Goyette. Goyette, the goalkeeper, needs to be careful not to commit another 2-on-1 violation as he did earlier. So now Sawyer going to take the kick. Sawyer across. Goyette cuts it off. Schmoll now. Zeb Carlson's there for Vermont. Zeb Carlson controls the ball. Carlson trying to drive in. Schmoll backs out. Carlson. Zeb Carlson. Zeb Carlson. That's a goal. Oh, my goodness. Kevin Mulholland almost stopped it, but Zeb Carlson was able to punch it through. And if we take a look at the replay here, you see the ball just bounces around between Johnson and Mulholland. And Zeb Carlson gives it one more knock to get it in. It's now 3-1. And you have to imagine a 2-goal deficit with 3 minutes left, while certainly not impossible to overcome, is certainly difficult. However, we'll see what happens over the next 180 seconds. Dorji mishandles the ball. And now here's a great opportunity for Tidewater to get one back. As I said a moment ago, while difficult, it's certainly not impossible to come back from 2 down with such a little time left. Oh, and Mulholland with a shot there. Sawyer now winding up for a shot. Sawyer with a shot saved by Goyette. Dwyer now trying to keep the attack going for Tidewater. Goyette clears, and it's going to roll out for Tidewater kicking, but they are not really as close as they would like to be in this situation. Oh, Dorji misses. Dwyer shoots. Goyette saves. Dorji now making a run down the floor. He can't catch up to it. 2 minutes left to go. Can Tidewater come back? we're going to get a substitution. It looks like P.J. Shaw coming into the match in place of Kevin Mulholland. Nikki Dwyer, Sammy Sawyer, P.J. Shaw for Tidewater. Will they be the ones to get some goals back here? Less than 2 minutes to go, plus added time. Dwyer behind Sawyer. Shaw's there. Nice little screen move by Sawyer. Now Dorji tries to take a shot, but he misses. P.J. Shaw swings around. And now Dorji taking him on once again. Dorji trying to get past Sawyer. Nicely done by Tandon Dorji. Sawyer needs to be careful not to back into Dorji. And that ball out of play off of Sawyer. Kick in for Vermont. We are approaching added time here as the Vermont Chargers are in control. They hold on to a 2-goal lead. Dorji right into Dwyer, right into Schmoll. And that ball is going to twirl out for a goal kick. Final moments winding down in this match. It was a very close affair for a long time, but Nikki Dwyer, or excuse me, Tandon Dorji for the Vermont Chargers, putting them ahead. Oh, and there's a foul on Dorji, and it looks like Jonathan Newman is going to issue a yellow card. He had warned him previously. Dorji's initiated a lot of heavy contact throughout this match, and now Dorji has been issued a card. Final moments winding down here. We're going to get a final substitution for the Vermont Chargers coming in for Dorji, who was just issued a yellow card. No, it looks like he's going to stay in the match. It looked like Zeb Carlson was coming in, but that is not the case. Zeb Carlson going to take the kick. And there's a shot by Sawyer. It's blocked off by Schmoll. Schmoll trying to push through Dwyer. Dwyer trying to strip Schmoll. Schmoll does very well. But Dwyer, there it is, the strip that she wanted a moment ago. Nikki Dwyer now taking on Zach Schmoll. Nikki Dwyer looking to pass. Schmoll stops her from doing that. Now Schmoll, Sawyer. That ball behind Devin Johnson. And ladies and gentlemen, there's the final whistle. Vermont Chargers went up and took the lead. They gave up a goal, but they held on to that precious lead. They win this match 3-1. We're going to go to break. When we come back, more action. You're watching the 2017 MK Battery Conference Cup Championship Series. We'll be back in a little bit.